In today's video, we will begin looking at methods of examining and summarizing, both numerically and graphically, numerical variables or data. Remember, there are two classifications of numerical data, discrete and continuous. This presentation will focus on a two-dimensional view of data known as a scatterplot. Scatterplots are useful for visualizing the relationship between two numerical variables. When viewing the relationship between two numerical variables, we may wish to determine if the change in one variable causes a change in the other. Let's take a look at two scatterplot examples from section 2.1 of the textbook. To do so, we will use our guru to recreate the scatterplots shown in figures 2.1 and 2.2 of your textbook. So within our guru, we start by going to get the data for the Lone 50 and county data sets that are discussed in the textbook. So we left click on data, left click on data import, left click on data set repository. We begin typing in the word open, which will then give us the open intro repository. I will then type in the word lone, and I can see there's the Lone 50 data set. So I go ahead and select that, click import, left click import, and then left click OK. Now I come and go get the county data set. Again, I start by typing in county. I click on county, left clicking on county, left click on the word import, and I can see that those two data sets, Lone 50 and county, are now available for me to go ahead and use within the RGuru program. And I will left click on the close button, and that now completes the process of importing the data sets. Let's now go ahead and generate a scatterplot for the Lone 50 data set. So I go ahead and I go to I go to plots, left click on the word plots, left click on create plot, and left click on scatterplot. And my data set that I want to take a look at is Lone 50. The predictor variable that we're going to use in this case is total income. So I'm going to go ahead and left click in the box, start typing the word total, and I could see the list pop up for total, and I left click on total income. Now I go to the response variable, I click inside the box, start typing in loan amount, and I can see that variable now pops up. And let's go ahead and preview our scatter plot. And there it is. There's the scatter plot of the loan amount versus total income, which is the same as figure 2.1 in your textbook. Here I've reproduced the scatter plot that we just produced in RGuru, where we showed the relationship between total income and loan amount for the Lone 50 data set. Now, looking at these data points, it almost looks like there's no relationship that we can see. However, if I go ahead and draw a line, and let's go ahead and do that at the $100,000 level. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to see if I can shift that over just a tad. Okay, so now taking a look at how I've drawn that line at the $100,000 level for total income, notice that to the left of that line, in fact, I'm going to even move that line a little bit farther over to the left. Let's move it over to here at about $125,000. We can see that the lines to the data points to the left of that line are very bunched up. And then if we look to the right of that line, the right of that vertical line, we can see that there are very few data points. This gives us some information. It tells us that the majority of people that are taking out a loan have a total income of less than $125,000, which makes sense because people that are earning more than $125,000 in total income are probably not as likely to need a loan. Let's use our guru to generate a scatter plot of the county data set with the two variables that we plot against each other being poverty rate versus median household income. So I go to plots, left click on plots, left click with my mouse on create plot, left click on scatter plot. Now the data set I want in this case is the county data set. The predictor variable I'm going to start typing in here is going to be poverty rate. So I click poverty, and then I click into the response variable box, and I want median household income. So there's that median household income. I now go ahead and I preview the data, And there's my scatter plot of the median household income, the poverty rate on the lower axis being plotted versus the median household income. Again, take note of the fact that this scatter plot is exactly the same as figure 2.2 in the textbook. The only additional thing I want to comment on in particular for this plot is notice how nonlinear the shape of the data is. In other words, it has a very curved shape to it. I'm using my mouse to kind of outline that shape. And of course, this is also the point that is made in your textbook if you look at figure 2.2.